Hey guys, I know it's I've been live for now almost a minute. I forgot to send the link to a friend of mine at Blockbuster Box Sets. If he wants to join, I he's more than welcome to join me watching it and stuff. But give me just a second. Let me try to share the let me share the live stream itself on my social media. I forgot to do that. To give me just a second, guys. Sorry about this. I'm usually a little bit more prepared than this. I don't know if I could do this without the headphones or something like that on, or if I'll just have to mute the sound completely. I know Raw doesn't start for another, 40 minutes or something, 34, 35 minutes or so. But at the same time, I do want to try to give me a second here. Your channel. All right. We'll share this Facebook. Give me just a few seconds here. Post, and then I'll share it on to Twitter or X. All right, there you go, guys. I'll just post. There we go. All right. Well, like I said, I am planning on watching all of Raw tonight live. And I do believe Scott. He's on the. He messaged me earlier saying he was heading home now. So he should be getting to his place. I would assume by around 8 o'clock or so. Now he runs He the Shenanigans podcast here on YouTube and on various different podcast platforms. He is a wrestling based content creator. He interviews a lot of different wrestlers and stuff, and he does live watchings of various events and stuff. He was actually at the Royal Rumble last night or Saturday, and I'd be interested to hear what he has to say about those because we haven't really spoken a whole lot about it. I know he said he was kind of disappointed in the event, just like I was. And if you were watching my last live stream, you know I was not I was not really happy with it. Give me just a second. I just realized something. For some reason that does not have it. There we go. Sorry, I had to. I realized that the title was Artie instead of Party. But yeah, I think they chose the wrong people to win. Really, I was okay with the two mid matches. The tag team match, even though I really wanted Motor City Machine Guns to win that, I was okay with the match in general. And I was okay with the Cody Rhodes Kevin Owens match. I mean, I think everybody knew that Cody was winning that. That was no huge surprise, right? And I was thrilled with that Alexa, Trish, Nikki Bella, and AJ Styles all returned. That was amazing. If I didn't hate Logan Paul before Royal Rumble, I sure as hell do now. You know, because he not only did he eliminate AJ Styles, my man, he also eliminated my pick for the winning the Rumble, which was CM Punk, right? So yeah, if I didn't hate him before, he's giving me a lot more reasons to actually hate him now. But yeah, I mean, it's just a show. I mean, there's not too many people in the wrestling business that I really truly hate. When we do our first official live stream together, me and Scott, we have planned. We are going to do some. I have some top 10 and top 5 lists ready, and I hope he's been working on his too. And I'll tell you the ones that what we're going to talk about during that list. And I'll discuss it with him during here, like during commercial breaks and stuff. Basically, we're going to do the top 10 most underrated or underused wrestlers in wrestling history, in our opinion. Our top 10 favorite current active WWE/NXT superstars. That's I wanted to limit it to just WWE NXT because that's basically all I get a chance to actually watch any live. I don't get to see a lot of AEW or ROH or New Japan or any of those other networks or anything like that. Um, Top 10 overrated, in our opinion, overrated wrestlers. That does not mean we hate them. It just means we think they're overrated for whatever reasons. Top 10 hated wrestlers, like the top 10 wrestlers that we absolutely hate the most. Then we're going to do the top five U.S. and non-U.S. Wrestling companies or promotions. And when I say non-U.S., it means these promotions are basically anywhere but the 50 U.S. states, right? And then the top 10 of all time favorite U.S. companies of all time. And then top 10 our favorite top 10 favorite tag teams, female wrestlers, and male wrestlers. I'm doing all of it and everything. Oh, it looks like that's started, but it's not gonna. Okay, I've got it. I've got Raw pulled up on Netflix. Of course, it doesn't start for another half hour or so, but I am live there. I don't know if you guys can hear the TV too much. I don't want to get in trouble with anything like that. That's why I haven't. Um, I'm going to keep it fairly low. I do have the subtitles on, so right now it's at a 5 out of my, because I can go all the way up. I know you can hear. I know you hear that. That's the 20s. So I got it down to volume 5, and I'm hopeful that's going to be low enough where it's not going to interfere with the live stream too much and everything. Um, I don't know if it will or not, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm hopeful Scott will be joining me here before too long. And I've been trying to get this set up with Scott for quite a while now. I really have, and or getting something started because I mentioned I started talking to him about doing a podcast with him and stuff that wasn't just wrestling related because I know he loves wrestling and as do I. We both grew up watching wrestling and such. But I also know we have a lot more similar interests and stuff. He's really big into a lot of different sports, football, college and pro basketball and baseball. He's really big into. I'm not really big into sports in general. Um, I was big into basketball, back in the '90s, from like 1987 through 98, 99. I was really big into like the NBA and stuff because I was a huge Michael Jordan fan. But I still catch, the NBA occasionally and stuff here and there. But I don't really like. I know there was a new trade for AD and Luca this week, or earlier today, or the other day, or something for the between the Lakers and Dallas, or the Dallas Mavericks. I don't care, but it's just another case of LeBron James is trying to make another super team. Big surprise. But yeah, I mean, and I know we're both really big into board games, card games, dice games, RPGs, and stuff like that. I don't get to play a lot of those games anymore, and I don't know really if he's playing a lot of those or not. But I do know we're both pretty big fans of those, and we both enjoy comics and different TV series. Like I know he's a huge fan. He's the one that introduced me to Breaking Bad and Dexter. Well, Dexter I kind of found on my own, but I found out that he was a big fan of Dexter too. I'm not talking about Dexter's Laboratories. That's a whole different ball of wax. But there's a lot of different shows and stuff that I know he's a big fan of that I like as well. And I just want to start having this platform so we could get to talk to each other because we've been friends now for over, I want to say, over 20 years, 20, 25, 30 years. But since before my brother passed away, about 3 or 4 years ago, and even before that, during the whole COVID thing, during the whole pandemic and everything, we weren't able to get together as much. Um, and now with him being married, and we both have moved away from Lafayette, Indiana, so we're both neither one of us even live in Lafayette anymore. And I know he's running a wrestling show too, a monthly one. That the next event's on March 29th in Lafayette, Indiana. Um, I know that his time isn't. He doesn't have a lot of free time on his hands, which is why I'm trying to work around his work schedule because I'm pretty much available at any time, right? I can do whatever, whatever. I have a fairly open schedule when it comes to this kind of stuff. There are some times where I can't do it, obviously, but just like anybody else, I do have a life outside of YouTube and outside of Twitch and everything. Speaking of Twitch, I do plan on. I don't know what time tomorrow, but I do plan on streaming live on Twitch tomorrow and probably Wednesday as well. Um, just play some more Dead by Daylight. I don't know if I'll have any friends on there to play games with or not, or if I'll just do some solo games, like do a couple killer games, and then some survivor games. I don't know yet. But I will be playing. I also I've started with some friends, Hunter and Logan. We have started to play some Fortnite, so maybe one of those streams I'll do a Fortnite stream with them. I don't know. I'm not good at Fortnite, but I am having some fun with it. So even though I'm terrible at the game, at least I'm having fun, right? So yeah, I mean, what do you guys all think? I mean, Raw obviously doesn't start for another 24 minutes or so, and I don't know exactly what time Scott's going to be able to get on. Um, I'm hopeful he will be able to get on, and I'm hopeful, even if he can't stay the whole event, just to be able to talk with him and make sure that this is actually working. Because yes, I know I can live stream by myself, but I've never had anybody else here on here with me, so it's going to be interesting to see how that works. I'm still new to the whole StreamYards and the whole just streaming in general, especially streaming on through StreamYards like this with somebody else. I've been streaming off of PlayStation 5, my gameplay and stuff, strictly off of PlayStation 5 for a little over, well, PlayStation 4 and 5 for a little over 4 or 5 years off and on. At one point, I was streaming like every single day for 8+ hours a day, and at the height of my streaming, and back then, I was getting I was averaging about 1.72 viewers an hour. And in order to become an affiliate on Twitch, you have to average three views an hour, right? So I never could break that ceiling. Now when I stream, I'm averaging about, I think the best I've done here recently is a 0.74 or 0.75 an hour. So it's dropped a decent amount, but I haven't really set up a good streaming schedule for me for Twitch. Once I do that, and I do adhere to it, I would expect that I would get more traffic in, uh, because I will have a posted schedule and people will know in advance when I go live and when I'm playing and stuff. The thing is, I primarily play Dead by Daylight. Is the game that I play more than anything. I do have the WWE 2K24. I want to say I don't have 25 yet, and I don't know if and when I'll get 25, but I do have 24, and I have thought about live streaming me doing like a GM mode or something. And I might do that eventually. I don't know, especially if I can get somebody else to and we'll just compete against each other, right? Um, that I think that could be fun. I don't know if Scott would be interested in that at all. We just pick a day and we just stream for maybe an hour, 2 hours or so. Um, Maybe I'll talk to him about that if he does join me today. I don't know. We'll see. Um, but yeah, I mean, we are. It's this is all new, right? And I don't have everything set in stone yet. Um, I have a few plans for videos. The next Legends of Batman for Fan Home should come in. I should get it in about, I would say, in about 2 weeks. So I know I'm going to post a video on that. Um, Last I checked, I haven't even it hasn't even been ordered, or it's not even prepped for. Let me check the fan home website real quick while we're sitting here, because the last I looked, it was not. It still hasn't even prepped the new order at all yet. But that's fine because it doesn't usually take out the payment or anything like that until around the 9th of the month. So I'm not expecting it. It'll probably in the next day or two. Um, it'll update going, hey, prepare the order and then blah blah blah. Um, yeah, as you can see, it still says it still just talks about package 6. There we go. I think you can read that a little bit more. But yeah, so that's. And then I do know in late March, early April. I don't know exactly when it's coming out or when it's getting shipped. I did back the Munchkin Big Box game, and I do plan on doing an unboxing of that. I don't know if I'll do a live video of me unboxing it and just set up the computer like I do now over at the table there and just live stream it or not, or if I want to actually do an edited video for it. But I do plan on doing an unboxing of that. That is another thing that I am planning on. Last I knew, there hasn't been a good update on that since um, what about 3 weeks ago or so? Yeah, the last actual major update was 20 days ago, so almost 3 weeks ago. And when it was talking about, essentially, it was saying stuff about all the components to the campaign have been approved, and the factory should be ready at full speed to finish these up with the next couple of weeks, meeting in February. So sometime in February, the production part of it, making him should be done, and they should be starting to ship to the various, destinations for the fulfillment to begin. Yeah, if I can speak here, you know, after that. So the best guess is getting it late March, maybe early April. And once I get it in, I do plan on doing a unboxing video for it. And then I'm hopeful that I'm hopeful that I can get together. I won't film it probably because I don't know. I have no idea how to film, especially when all I have is my laptop camera, and then I have a phone camera. I don't know how I would film us playing it, but I'm hopeful to get some friends of mine, Seth and Ariana, and maybe their kids here, and we actually get to play the game. I mean, if you don't know Munchkin, it's been around for quite a while. This big box is like an anniversary edition, and it has the main set plus numerous expansions and stuff, and deluxe packaging and a lot of bonus stuff in there if you backed it and stuff. But um, I am hopeful that we will get to play it sometime in April or so. I need to get in contact with them and maybe figure out what weekend would be best for them. Because they only live about, I think they said they would live about 40 minutes away from me, so it's not that big of a drive for them. And plus, they would have to figure out if they want to bring their kids or not. They've only been here at my place here once since I moved into the apartment here, and they did bring all four of their kids. And while I like kids and I don't have a big problem with kids, their kids especially, and I hate to say this, but their kids were not the quietest kids. And they were there was a lot of screaming, a lot of that type of stuff, and I don't mind that normally. And if I was living in a house where I owned it and everything, and I wasn't relying on not being kicked out of the apartment or something because of dis, uh, disturbing the neighbors and stuff, I wouldn't have minded it as much. But I don't want them being here one night every once in a while to interrupt me you know, living in this apartment, right? So, and I felt, you know, I don't hate their kids at all. And I'm not trying to say that, and I'm not upset with them. It's just I got to be careful. I got to really, especially since now you know, when I first moved in here, I was the only person in this hallway here at the apartments. The two apartments in this hallway, the other two apartments were empty and they weren't rented out. And now I do have a neighbor across the hall from me and a neighbor, you know, beside me. So it's very possible that they could get upset with a lot of noise, right? So I'm trying to, I got to keep that in mind. I got to be mindful of that, right? And so I'm trying to figure it out. And they even said that they would, you know, sometimes they would try to, you know, just meet up with me and then, you know, get somebody to watch the kids and stuff and everything, which may be a better situation, but I do want them to know, and I want their kids to know that they are welcome here. But they just gotta, and I know it's hard for kids sometimes. They just gotta learn how to be respectful for where they're at, right? And that. It comes with, you know, age, and it actually comes with from parents, you know, enforcing you know enforcing rules and structure to kids' lives. And I'm not saying Seth and Ariana don't do that, but you know, they're little. You know, some of the kids are little kids. You know, they're 4 and 5 years old, and you know, all the way up to I think their oldest is 13, 14, or something like that. Um, so I mean, it's understandable. While some kids between the age of 5 and 9 and 10 and stuff, they're going to be a little bit more unruly, and they're going to be a little bit more on a little bit more on that type of side, right? So if they do catch this, I'm not trying to throw shade at them at all. I get it, I understand it, and I hope they understand where I'm coming from because, like I said, if I was just living in my house that me and my brother bought before the crap hit the fan with pandemic and my brother's health issues and stuff, and then we had the basement flood out on us and everything. Everything else, you know, was just a pile on pile on. But if I was still living there and they were coming over to game with us there, I wouldn't have minded because we own the property and it is our house, right? It's but this is an apartment complex, and I don't know how thick the walls are, and I do have neighbors really close to me, right? So you know, I just got to be careful with that stuff. I mean, am I making sense? I hope I am because I don't want to. I don't want them to see this and them think I hate their kids or anything like that because that's far from what I'm trying to say. All I'm trying to say is when I live in an apartment complex or in an apartment building or whatever, you know, I have to be more careful, and that's anybody that lives in a small apartment like this. You have to be more mindful of what noises you're putting out. What if I'm going to listen to, you know, Metallica, I gotta, you know, either use headphones or I gotta just keep the volume, you know, at a reasonable level, right? It's just like that. I'm going to have a Halloween party. You know, it's that stuff. And and I know when they were here the last time they were here, Seth was getting embarrassed by what his kids were doing, and I don't blame him, but at the same time, I'm like, it's not a big deal, man. It's we just got to be. I just got to be more mindful, and I gotta make sure that you know, or try to make sure that they understand that the kids understand that we can get into a lot of trouble if we cause too much noise. And like I said, that's something the kids will learn eventually. They will adapt, you know, as kids do. And yeah, I don't want them to think that they're unwelcome here because that's far from what I'm saying. Um, and I am hopeful that we can set up something in March or April late March, early April. Even if it's not doing the Munchkin Big Box, even if we were just playing any other board games or just getting together to talk or whatever, that's fine too, right? Um, well, so far I don't have any viewers, which is fine. I don't know who. I don't know if we're gonna have any viewers, which is it's okay. I'm alright with that. I do know for a fact that oh, excuse me, real quick. Whew. I do have my gallon of water here, so I do have some H2O with me. Um, I did cook my own pizza today, so I haven't eaten a whole lot of it, but that's all right. I probably won't eat a whole lot of it on camera and stuff, but I can always do. So Raw will start roughly in about 9 minutes or so. I can't say that I can't say I'm really looking forward to Raw. If the Royal Rumble was any indication, back to the Royal Rumble. I really was not a huge fan of who they had winning the Rumbles. I love the fact that some of my favorite wrestlers of all time came back: AJ Styles, Alexa Bliss, and Trish Stratus. Um, I love the fact that they came back. I thought Alexa Bliss would probably come back if they could, work on a deal or get a deal finalized. I thought Alexa Bliss would be back. And Trish, she returns every once in a while, anyways. So those two weren't a huge surprise. I was really surprised that AJ Styles came back because, from everything I was understanding, he was going to be out for at least another few months. So, I mean, I'm glad he's back, and I'm very happy he's back. I really wish they would have done something different with him. I didn't think he would win the Rumble at all, even if he came back. But it would have been nice if him, CM Punk, Cena, and maybe Seth Rollins or something like that were the final four. But if you didn't watch it, obviously Charlotte Flair won the women's Royal Rumble, which I should have seen coming, but I really didn't think they were going to just have her come back from injury or sabbatical and then just automatically put her back in the title picture without. I mean that just bumps all the other females that have been there for the last year or so. And it was a bad decision in my opinion for there to be. It was more Vince McMahon type booking, if you know what I mean. Then you have the men's Rumble was won by Jey Uso. So I'm like, uh, I don't hate Jey Uso by any means, but Jesus, this year was CM Punk's year. I mean, it was so obvious, and I do like the fact that they gave us something that we weren't expecting and everything. But of all the years they could have chose to do that, they chose this year. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth personally. But I mean, maybe I'm wrong in that, and maybe everybody else is okay with Jey Uso winning the Rumble this year. I personally was not okay with it. You know what I mean? Like I said, the Rumble will begin at about 6.5 minutes, and I will know. I don't know for certain if I'm going to have to turn the volume even down lower because I have it. Like I said, I have it at a volume 5 on my TV here out of the 100. And as you can tell, it's on in the background with their little Raw. The live event starts in blah blah blah. Uh, you know, and so yeah, I mean, Excuse me, guys. So we're going to go live with Unroll for in about 4.5, about 4 minutes, a little over 4 minutes. So what are you guys' thoughts? Did you guys watch the Royal Rumble? Do you care? Uh, like I said, I watched it and I watched it live here on YouTube. I thought the pay per view as a whole was kind of really lackluster. I really didn't think it was that great. The one match that I thought was going to steal the show kind of fell flat in my opinion, and I really did like the way they ended the match, which was the 2 out of 3 falls tag team title match with DIY taking on the Motor City Machine Guns. I really thought that match had the most potential to steal the show. Um, but I mean, they got to continue their storyline somehow, right? You see if he's I have some messages on there. That's not what I was. Someone tried to open up. Let's see. Facebook Messenger. Okay. I'm assuming Scott will be on. I'll be home any minute now. But even if he's not, and even if he doesn't join me, that's fine. I will say this much: if I don't get more viewers within the next few minutes or within the next hour or something, I probably will end the stream, early myself because I don't really see the point of doing it. A lot of this, and I hate to say it that way, but it is what it is, right? Oh, I did not mean to open up that. Ugh, excuse me, guys. All right, here we go. About another 90 seconds. Okay, apparently there's a new play type on here. Hmm, okay. Okay, it looks like it's going to start any second now. So, Here we go. Listen, I don't know if I'm gonna have to mute this completely or not, or put on headsets or not. Um, I've tried this for the first time ever, so Save his eight. Okay. Elimination Chamber qualifying match: CM Punk versus Sami Zayn tonight. Okay. And Morgan versus who was that? Io Sky, I think. Okay. All right. Well, that's kind of updated of all that. Oh, excuse me, guys. All right, guys. Okay. Just a little highlights of what happened. Yep. Okay. Okay. Well, let's see what we got here. Ward two. Good deal. Okay. All right. I've tried this game out, so I mean, Okay, there's that. Okay, I don't know if I'll get in trouble for this or how I'm streaming this. I've just tried the game out, so I'm trying this stream out and we'll see what happens. And there's the third. Okay, strike three. Okay. Um, all right, guys. There's Jey Uso's. Obviously there. I'm not really, like I said, I'm not the hugest Jey Uso fan, but I don't hate him with a passion. So I do think he should not have been the winner of the Royal Rumble, but to each their own. Okay, let's see if YouTube say anything about my stream so far. Um, okay, it looks like everything's working good, so that's always a plus. And so yeah, if you guys can't hear me, just let me know or whatever. If I have to, I will put this on complete silent, or I'll put on a headset. Um, Again, I don't know if when Scott will get on here. I'm hopeful he'll get on here before too much longer, but I don't know for a fact. Looks like Planet CHH just posted another video about vinegar syndrome or something like that. Um, Obviously, I won't watch that till after I'm done with with my live stream and stuff. But anyways, guys, let me know what do you guys think. Uh, excuse me, guys. All right, so we're just waiting for them to friggin' speak or say something, right? I mean, almost everybody thinks he's going to challenge Cody Gunther for the title at WrestleMania, which is all right, whatever. I don't care. Um, you deserve a chance. I'm not saying he doesn't do, somebody like Jey Uso doesn't deserve a win like that, but it is what it is, right? So I mean, it looks like they're in Cleveland for all. I don't know if we're always going to be in Indianapolis or not. It looks like it says live in Cleveland, so come on. But it's already been 12 minutes, and you guys haven't done anything yet. So we're looking at it's going to be almost 15 minutes into the Raw broadcast, and he hasn't even said one word. Oh, I dang time, even though it wasn't much, but okay. So it looks like every once in a while I get somebody poking their head in, but they don't stay and they're not. I think what I'm going to do, so I can actually hear it a little bit more, I think I might put one headphone in here, or maybe both of them. I don't know, because I don't know. I'm still hopeful Scott will be on here, but let's see. Let's see if this works. Okay. I was sorry about that, guys. I was checking to make sure that my invite to join here actually went to my friend Scott. Over at he Shenanigans podcast. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know when he'll get on, if he will even will get on. Um, we'll see. I know he's not. I know he told me he wasn't going to be able to stream his reaction to Raw himself. So I figured I'd try it myself. It would be a way for us to test to make sure that this is going to work right. This headset is not real working for me real, too well. Hmm. Okay, so he's always in control, huh? Remember, just the headset's not working for me. It just doesn't want to stay right here. I do have a headset here, but I don't really want to put it on if I don't have to. But I might, I probably should do it just to be on the safe side. I don't want to get in trouble with the copyrights or anything like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Mm, we'll see. Excuse me, guys. Mm. I'm assuming they're going to say Roman's injured or whatever, so he won't be able to wrestle till WrestleMania or whatever. Whatever. Just gives him more reason to be away from the scene for a while. Yes, we know he's in the Elimination Chamber. We know this. All right, Penta versus Ludwig Kaiser. Okay, it's not a big deal. I mean, it is what it is, right? Let me see if Scott's. Okay. Just message Scott to make sure whether or not he got my link or not. Hopefully, I hear back from him before too long. See if I have to resend a new email to him or not. All right, guys. Obviously we've been live for all now for what 28 minutes, and really nothing's happened. And as much as I hate to say it, that's kind of what Raw is about anymore, where you get basically the first half hour is nothing but some people talking, and most of the time it's nothing that really furthers anything. Because like this was about okay, Jey Uso say thank you and talk about how he won the Royal Rumble, which okay, whatever, and they got their somewhat threatening him to say that he better not choose him, or whatever, and then Uso saying whoever I choose, I'm going to walk out as the champ. Whatever. It was nothing at all that was shocking or relevant or really relevant. If you ask me, I mean, it was kind of it wasn't even a good promo in the ring at all, in my opinion. But I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm off. Maybe people don't agree with that statement, which I'm okay with. All right, there's Ludwig Kaiser. I gotta say that was entertaining spot in the Rumble where he waited to get the ring. That as soon as he got in the ring, he got eliminated. By Penta. Now I will say this much. I know a lot of people like Penta, and I don't hate him at all, but I haven't been tremendously impressed with Penta yet in the WWE. And the more I see it, the more I might get impressed with him. But I get it. He's a big star where he came from and stuff, and a lot of people were wanting him to show up and everything. He is finally at WWE, so Okay, guys, I'm still here. I've just turned off the camera for just a few moments. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. All right, guys. Well, it does look like Scott's going to be here. Be on potentially will be on here in about 15, 20 minutes or so. I did just get a message from him. He was saying how he was almost home just a few moments ago. And obviously, honestly, he hasn't really missed anything on Raw yet. I mean, Jey Uso came out and talked about how he won the Royal Rumble. Then Gunther came out saying stuff about, he better not pick Gunther because if he does, he's going to have to figure out something to make it worthwhile for him or whatever. And blah, blah, blah. It was, nothing really groundbreaking at all in the beginning of this event. So, and sadly, that's how WWE is. Especially Raws are, especially lately. Every Raw so far on Netflix that I've seen, the first 25 minutes of the of Raws for on Netflix have been eh. It was just the All Star game. Was it supposed to be? Um, February 14th to 16th on TNT True TV. I don't know if I can stream that on like Peacock or someplace, but if I can, I will. I mean, I don't think I'll stream it live, but so we have Pinta versus Ludwig Kaiser now, and okay, that didn't look terrible, but So on March 1st, so essentially like 20, what, 20, 27 days, something like that, is when Elimination Chamber is. It's going to be on Peacock, obviously. And I don't know if I'll live stream it or not. I might. I haven't decided about that yet. I might try to talk to Scott and see if he's going to live stream it on his Shenanigans. If he would like, I would join. I'll join him on there. Join him and D2 and everybody else that he usually has on his live streams there. Watching with Scott that way. If he wants to, if he doesn't, that's fine too. But I'll talk to him about that when he gets on tonight, and if he does get on, then I'll ask him about it and see if he's planning on streaming on the first or not. Wait a minute, why is it coming up black and not red? It's supposed to be red. Okay, for some reason it just was coming up black, and I don't know why. Mm, hmm. Oh well, I got it fixed there. There we go. Let me make sure this is working all right. Yep, okay. That's working all right. All right, good deal. Excuse me, guys. You see something real quick? I mean, I'm not really opposed to having that, but yeah. Hmm, okay. All right, guys. So okay. Okay. That didn't look like it landed right, but Penta just went over Ludwig. I'm not surprised. I think aside from the Rumble, he's undefeated on TV for WWE right now. Penta is obviously the Rumble he didn't win, but And another interview from from Penta. Yay. Pete Dunne. Okay. Guess I'm really surprised on this, but that's all right. Let's see something. Okay, nothing. Okay, he hasn't responded for a little while, but broken ribs and a punishing lungs, huh? You answered that, Apple. Fair enough. Okay, sorry, I was wanted to make sure I could hear that more fully. It was an okay little backstage promo, I guess. Apparently Finn has a qualifying match, which I'm not surprised. Finn Balor is having one of the up and cut one of the top stars of WWE, even though I'm not a huge fan of him. I'm assuming they're going to have an AJ Styles versus somebody in a qualifying match. I don't know when, but Charlotte Flair, yay! I'm not a Charlotte Flair guy, but whatever. Well, another half hour wasted probably because she's just going to come out and talk and do the. And now we go back to another commercial break. Yay, Rob. I mean, maybe it's just my opinion, and I know a lot of people may like Charlotte Flair a lot. I never was a huge fan of Charlotte, and I never claimed to be a huge fan of Charlotte, right? So, um, to each their own. I mean, who am I to judge? I mean, she's obviously she's there for a reason, and even if it is just kind of riding her dad's coattails, which again, speaking of Ric Flair, I'm not the hugest Ric Flair fan either, so I don't hate either one of them, but I do think they're both, in my opinion, they're both a little overrated. A little, not tremendously overrated, maybe, but I do think their legacy is blown out of proportion quite a bit. I mean, she's her own, but we'll see. I mean, time will tell. I mean, Ric Flair is a legend, no doubt about it. And I don't hate Ric Flair at all. And Charlotte Flair is going to go down as a legend, and I don't hate her with a passion. I'm not a fan of hers. And I never was a fan of her of Ric Flair either, really. I mean, it maybe I'm wrong, and if I am, great, whatever. That's the good thing about life and the internet. You have opinions of all walks of life, and everybody has their own opinions. I've said this time and time again, if everybody liked the same things, this world would be a boring place. If everybody in this world loved um, the Power Rangers, if everybody loved Star Trek, if everybody loved Star Wars, if everybody loved Beavis and Butthead, everybody loved Ivan and Costello, it would be a boring place. If everybody was a huge Superman fan and they didn't care about any other company, it would be a boring place. That's why there's numerous things out there. That's why there's different wrestlers out there. There's different TV shows, different cartoons, different wrestling promotions, different sci-fi shows, so different music artists, different sports stars, sports teams, different sports. Because everybody has their own opinion. Everybody likes different things. Just because I don't like something personally does not mean you can't, or does not mean my next door neighbor can't like it. Everybody likes different things, and that's what makes the world. To me, it makes the world a better and more interesting place. It's when you look down at people for their own opinions is where I think the world really goes. It takes a nosedive. The quality of the world and the quality of life, in my opinion, when you know, if I talk to Scott and he's talking about how, if he's telling me how much he loves Big Bang Theory, which I like Big Bang Theory quite a bit, right? What did I just have? What was that? Did I just heard? What was the update that was on my phone? Oh, I can't tell what the update was. I do know for a fact that Scott's still not. If he's home, he's not on here yet, so I can tell you that much. But let's see what Charlotte's going to have to say. Okay. 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 Another wrestler I'm not a huge fan of is Rhea Ripley, but teach your own. I mean, we'll do it this way. That way, I don't have to hold it to my ear the whole time. I only do this when they're talking like this because I want to make sure I hear exactly what they're saying. Because sometimes even with the subtitles and stuff, it's a little slow, and sometimes it doesn't even show everything. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Okay. So we have a tag team match coming up. New Day versus Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee for some reason. Why they're in a tag team together, I don't know, but whatever. Um, again, the New Day is another team that ever since they debuted as the New Day, I didn't like them. I know they got really popular, and a lot of people seem to love them. You know, Kofi, Xavier Woods, and Biggie. I never cared for him. And if Scott was here, he could vouch for me. I've always been adamant that I was not a fan of them. While everybody else, Scott included, and Steven and another friend of ours, Steven and my brother Corey, even they all loved the New Day, and I just never saw it. I never got on the New Day bandwagon. I do like Up Up Down Down. Xavier Woods gaming channel. I do like that. So that's why I mean when I say just because I don't like the wrestlers, their wrestling personality or what they do in the ring or whatever, does not mean that I don't like what they do outside the ring, or do not like does not mean that I don't like them as a person, right? In some instances, like John Cena, I've always said that I've never liked John Cena, but I can admit that he's great on the mic. I like him. I like a lot of the movies and the acting roles he's done, and I love the fact of what he's done for like Make a Wish and stuff like that. But as a wrestler, as a talent in the ring, I don't like him at all. Um, so I mean that's where I differentiate myself from a lot of the people. That's kind of where and that'll come in, that'll go more into our list that when me and Scott get together and do the list. Uh, I'll explain a lot of that stuff as well because, like I said, there's two different lists on there. Top 10 underrated and or overrated and top 10 most hated. Um, just because I think a wrestler's overrated does not mean that I hate them, right? Or vice versa. Just because I hate them does not mean that I think they're overrated. I just don't. I can't stand them, right? For whatever reasons. If I think they're overrated, it's for whatever reasons, right? And that's what I think a lot of people are failing to, might fail to realize with what I and I hate to say it that way, but it's the truth. And that's how I feel. That's how I look at things. I'm not surprised that little promo or whatever you want to call it, happened. I'm not surprised about that at all. Okay, well, I don't know how much longer it's going to be until Scott's on here, or if he's even going to get on here. I don't know for certain yet. But I'll just keep going. And there's Ray and Dragon Lee. Ray Mysterio is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time as well. Even though I do think he is kind of outstaying his welcome in the ring. But I mean, qualifying match on next Monday: Rey Mysterio versus Logan Paul. God dang it! If Logan Paul wins that, I'll be a little pissed off. But that's all right. It is what it is. I'm assuming they're going to put Logan Paul over because, but we'll see. I mean, obviously, it's hard telling, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. So, excuse me, guys. Now, what's the use of this tag team match? It's all. I mean, is there a reason behind it? I mean, really? Okay. Let me check something real quick while we're waiting. While we're waiting. What's Okay, that's all that was. Okay, gotcha. Not bad. I think Xavier Woods kind of messed that spot up a little bit, but it happens. Okay, drop kick. Yep, drop kick at the corner. Big surprise. Okay, well, that was a stupid little setup for the next week's match that I'm not really looking forward to because I know they're going to have Logan Paul go over. which sucks, but yeah, whatever. Tonight, I believe it's going to be CM Punk going over Sami Zayn, but I could be wrong. They could. The thing is, I think they're going to push CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, maybe even in a triple threat with Roman Reigns for Mania, which I'm not tremendously unhappy about that. But at the same time, CM Punk deserves that main event at WrestleMania. He deserved it 10 plus years ago, and they never gave it to him then either. But we'll see. I mean, they might have CM Punk win oops, win the Elimination Chamber and go face Cody or whatever. Because I still think Jey Uso is going to face Gunther. But I mean, we'll see. Obviously, I don't. Who knows, right? I mean, all right, guys. Scott still isn't on. And I don't know how much longer it's going to be until he does get on. I do know that I do know that I don't know. I don't really know what I was going to say, to be honest with you. I know in about a week and a half, the final episodes of Cobra Kai. Um, I gotta say I am looking forward to that, and I know also we're supposed to get the last season of Stranger Things too. So this year, but I don't know season two of Last Airbender or One Piece. I don't know when they're coming out, but what the next or final season of Outer Banks. I wonder what the contract for SmackDown on USA Network and the NXT for CW. I wonder when those expire and such. Um, because I wonder if they would try to move all that programming over to Netflix and just have WWE on Netflix. From what I understand, the contracts for Peacock ended, ended 2026. So, from what I understand, that's when Netflix might get the rest of the WWE programming here in the U.S. I know overseas Netflix has all the pay per views and stuff and all that stuff overseas, like in the UK and stuff. I'm not opposed to that. because the only reason I'm keeping Peacock really as of right now is because WWE is on there. There's not a lot else on Peacock that I really watch or I'm really adamant about having. I keep it mainly because WWE is on there, right? So I can watch the Royal Rumble, I can watch Elimination Chamber coming on March 1st, right? Um, but at the same time, I think Peacock has one or two shows on there that I do like somewhat, but I'm not really adamant about, if that makes sense. Excuse me, guys. But yeah, I mean, it is what's right. Okay. Okay. Yep. They're face to face with Logan Paul. Yep. Yeah. Okay. That's. I still think Logan Paul's going to cost Rey Mysterio this match because why else would they? That's so real. What's so real? Off X. What's so real? Yep. I figured as much. I figured Logan Paul would, for the most part, cost Rey Mysterio the match. Trouble in Paradise. Yep. One, two, three. Big surprise. Not surprising at all, right? Of course, I knew that was going to happen as soon as Logan Paul made his appearance tonight. I was like, yep, he's going to cost Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee the match. I do find it kind of funny how everybody, yep, classic Logan, yep. It was not even, it's predictable. And that's one of the sad things about WWE anymore. A lot of it's way too predictable. Like next week, is Logan Paul is probably going to be. I can almost guarantee you he's going to beat Rey Mysterio, and he's going to go on to the Elimination Chamber match. Tonight, I do believe CM Punk's going to beat Sami Zayn, and if they don't, if CM Punk is not going into the Elimination Chamber match, I'm assuming Seth Rollins is going to cost him tonight. But I actually think they're going to get into it at the Elimination Chamber, and then go on and have CM Punk versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania again. Well, not again for the first time, but it'll be their second match. Here's highlights from CM Punk eliminating Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, and then Logan Paul eliminating CM Punk afterwards, and then Seth Rollins snapping you or whatever you want to call it. Yep, I love highlights. You gotta love the highlights, right? Excuse me, guys. Give me 1 second here. You think Logan has crazy potential? Well, I'm sure I don't disagree with you there, Alpha, but that don't mean I have to like him just because he has potential. You know what I mean? Think he's going to be one of the best boxers in the world soon? I don't know about that, but um, I don't know. I still haven't even watched the Mike Tyson fight. And everything I've heard about it, it's not even worth it to watch it. So, but that was against Jake Paul, right? Or was it against Logan Paul? It was one against one of the Paul brothers. Whatever. I don't care. I don't follow boxing too much. There's Punk. Once again, I can't really hear this, so give me a second. Okay, I mean, fair enough. Yeah. We if those of us that watched it, we know he opened up a CM Punk autograph. Um, I don't actually have a CM Punk autograph yet. I do have a binder full of wrestling autographs and stuff, but no way Logan could beat Sugar Ray Cha. Okay, I mean I don't know who Sugar Ray Cha Mayabara, however you pronounce that last. I don't know who that is. I mean, I don't know. I don't like I said. I don't follow it, guys. So um, I haven't really followed boxing for a long time. Same thing with the NBA. I don't really follow it anymore that much either. So you think Alpha? You think he'd beat him easy, huh? Okay. Well, I mean, again, you excuse me, guys. He towers him any day. Okay. Well, I mean, just because somebody's taller than somebody else does not mean that they can win in a fight. Really, I mean, especially with boxing, power and skill have to do with just as much as length and speed and such. So let's see if I heard back from Scott yet. Oh, nothing yet. Okay. Well, he might not actually join me today, which is okay. I really have no. I couldn't tell you who I would think would win that fight because I don't know either one of them really. But Alpha thinks Kodashiki probably would win. Okay, I'll take his word for it. I guess. I mean, I don't know. Now we're talking. Now we're showing where Speed went into the Rumble last night or Saturday, not last night, but just a stupid spot is all it was. But you know, I guess it was entertaining enough for what it needed to be. Unbreaker's Spear of Ice Show Speed is the most viewed Rumble social post of all time with more than 300 million views in less than 24 hours. I mean, I guess, sure. Do I have any pets? I do not have any pets. Right now, the apartment that I stay at, I don't. I haven't decided if I want to get pets or not. Um, I would like to get a dog eventually. I just don't know if I will or not. Plus, it would cost me even extra a month to get a dog. But eventually, I might get a dog. But no, I don't have any pets. I have had pets in the past, but no, I don't have one right now. Yep, I have no idea what that says. I don't know if I can translate that on here or not. Mm, nope. Okay. Well, at least she's still selling the injury. Not again. Oh, okay. I'll take your word for that, Big Mike. Color socks am I wearing? White. I don't know what that. I don't know what difference that makes, but yeah, we're wearing white socks. You wrong for that, bro? What? Why am I wrong for wearing what? Why am I wrong for wearing white socks? You're raw dogging it? Okay, cool. I'm not, to each your own. How's the game going? I mean, I don't know about the game. I mean, the match between Liv Morgan and Io Sky's on, but I'm not watching any games live or anything like that, so I couldn't tell you that. That looked like it could have been a pretty stiff punch there, but commercial break. Right. Like I said, it looked like it could have been a really stiff punch there, or stiff hit, whatever. But it could have just also been the camera angle, so who knows? Excuse me, guys. The stream is not working. It looks like it's working on my end. It still says I'm live. Not mine. It's not that I can tell. It doesn't look like my Wi-Fi is down at all. I'm still able to watch Netflix live and everything. Huh. I wonder why this stream is acting up like that. Um, should I stop it and start a new stream or something, or?